Hello and welcome. The debate in the run-up to the union budget has been focused on what the government is likely to do to raise revenues, reduce the fiscal deficit and simultaneously spur economic growth. Today we look at the impact the union budget has on consumers directly and how the Finance Minister's announcements on March 16th will impact how we spend on both essential goods and services as well as on lifestyle choices. To take us through this, I have with me Kishore Biyani, Chairman of the Future Group, and he has an unparalleled view and perspective on the Indian consumer. So, Mr. Biyani, you're going to help us understand how this budget will impact the common man. And the first question is, what can we expect from the budget? Because we know different industries take different representations to the Finance Minister in the run-up to the budget. But I don't see consumers having a lobby, isn't it?
I think every taxpayer is a consumer. And when they feel that something is left in their hands, they tend to spend more. So anything which is raising up of the tax limits, anything which gives more in the hands of the consumer would be a welcome step for consumption.
In fact, from reports, research reports, and from what people are saying about what to expect from the budget, there is a sense that the income tax exemption limit will go up from the 1.8 lakhs to about 2.5 lakhs. Does that make a big impact on consumption? Do you, in the past, have you seen that immediately spur consumption when people have money to spend?
Well, nothing happens immediately, but yes, when a consumer feels he is richer than what he was, or he would become richer tomorrow, I think it tends to spend. The feel-rich factor is very, very important.
Mr. Biyani, let's take a look at the supply side now. It's widely believed that the fiscal stimulus provided post-2008 will be withdrawn and excise duties across board will be raised by about 2%. How will that impact consumer demand for consumer goods, all those essential everyday items from soaps to groceries and cigarettes even, where the excise hike is expected to be a sharp double-digit one? Nikita Rana reports.
According to Nielsen data, the over 1,60,000 crore rupee consumer goods industry has grown slower in 2011 compared to 2010. The main reason that the rate of growth has dropped from the near 19% to 14.5% is because of increase in prices. Thanks to rising input costs and inflation, prices of all FMCG goods from toiletries to packaged goods have gone up by between 7 and 9%. Here's how consumers have coped.
Our daily commodities which are our daily use, like food grains, soaps and whatever we use daily in our daily life should remain at least stable or come down, not go higher.
I try to use as less as possible. For earlier, it used to be that you just put the clothes for washing, whether they require, they don't require, you don't bother. So obviously you use more material. Now here only what is required is washed by the washing machine. The rest we try to manage on our own.
Inflation has increased, but and on a whole it has not affected much. Reason being, we are like such brand conscious that I cannot divert to some other brands and look for some other brands for just because of the inflation aspect. But yes, it has hit the pocket for sure.
Last year's budget was neutral for the fast-moving consumer goods industry, which means that excise duty was not hiked and stayed at 10% for most products. And while companies that make these goods had to pay a slightly higher minimum alternate tax of 18.5%, surcharge was reduced from 7.5% to 5%. Most companies believe if excise duty is hiked by 2% like it's expected to this year, prices will go up and demand will slow down.
FMCG is the least volatile and cyclical of all the industries because it's items of daily consumption. So it's the least hit. Having said that, I think especially in the discretionary items, the top end of FMCG, I think there would be a little bit of titration of consumption. And sometimes what happens is in items of large mass consumption, daily consumption, there is a risk of downtrading when there is continuous inflation.
Industry players say they are ready to sacrifice margins in the short term to gain volumes and market share in the long term. But if the goods and services tax isn't implemented soon, and if the excise duty is hiked this year, with commodity prices going north, manufacturers will have to pass on the added cost burden to consumers.
If you look at today, all the taxes put together, gross, it comes to 22%. And a GST introduced across the country in a uniform tax code, if it is there, at 16%. Now certainly there is a 6% saving overall for the industry. Now here we assume that 6% is a fair sizable saving, and if it passed on to the consumer, by the players, then certainly the consumer demand will go up.
Here's what FMCG companies would like to see in this year's budget. Surcharge, minimum alternate tax and excise duty to stay at the same levels, more tax benefits to people and increased expenditure on the NREGA so that rural consumption remains robust. They would also like the government to go ahead with the decision to allow 51% FDI in multi-brand retail. In Mumbai, Nikita Rana.
So, Mr. Biyani, FMCG and consumer, regular consumer goods, what proportion of average monthly household would they contribute to in terms of their expenditure?
It depends again on family to family, and anybody who has a limited budget, I think 60% of their budgets goes towards family. I'm talking of the lower end, and it goes. It's on a spending on a consuming class economy, it's around 35 to 40%.
We saw that over the last year, we saw prices go up to 10% across, depending on what category it belonged to. And this had nothing to do with the budget. It had to do with inflationary pressures in the economy. How did that affect consumption?
If the price increases above a certain point, I think there are many consumers who downtrade. So they buy a little lesser value product. And probably that changes the consumption pattern in a sense. And ultimately, if people has to spend 4,000 rupees a month on your grocery budget, they won't increase the budget. So they will still spend 4,000. They will cut down on some items, or they will not consume certain items.
What are your views on what the finance minister is expected to do this year? Because 2% hike in excise is what everybody seems to be talking about. Most companies are expected to pass this on to consumers in terms of higher prices. Is that something that the consumer can absorb?
Luckily, the commodity prices have been much better than what it was last year. So this impact might get absorbed. And what ultimately we need is volume growth.
Right.
And volume growth is more important than the value growth. I think if the prices, commodity prices remain the way they are, I think we should be able to manage and pass this on and rather absorb this.
On that point, we'll take a quick break, but when we return, why some manufacturers and retailers are urging you to buy your refrigerators, TVs, washing machines, home appliances before the budget. We'll be back in just a bit.